We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m., a big day in the federal trial of former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby. It is the first day of jury selection. Coming up, a closer look at what we're expecting to see happen during week one of the trial. Privacy concerns surrounding social media making it all the way to the Supreme Court. The big case the court is about to hear and how it could impact future political campaigns. And it is Halloween. Will your little ghouls and goblins need to wear a jacket over their costume? Looks like it. We've got your trick-or-treat forecast coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. Our top story this morning, former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is in court right now. New video shows her walking into court this morning. And as Olivia Dance shows us right now, jury selection is underway in Mosby's federal trial.
Jury selection started this morning and is expected to take 2 days, so opening statements will likely begin on Thursday. The trial, though, will not happen here at the federal courthouse in Baltimore. Instead, it will be at the federal courthouse in Greenbelt after Marilyn Mosby's team successfully sought a change of venue. Her team cites significant media coverage of Mosby and the trial proceedings and commissioned a survey that revealed 45% of city residents believe Mosby is somewhat or very corrupt, compared to just 26% over in Greenbelt. The former Baltimore City State's attorney is facing 4 federal charges, 2 for perjury and 2 for making false statements on a loan application. Prosecutors say she checked the box, claiming she suffered financial hardship from the COVID pandemic. They say she took out thousands of dollars from her city retirement account without having to pay a penalty. Prosecutors say she did not suffer any financial hardship because her salary actually increased in 2020. And they say she used the money to pay for 2 vacation homes in Florida. They also say she lied on the mortgage applications for those homes and didn't disclose a tax lien on her home here in Baltimore. Now, there will be 2 trials on both sets of charges. The first trial will focus on those perjury charges. Mosby herself has said that she's innocent of all the charges. Take a listen.
I am innocent of the charges that have been levied against me, and I intend to fight with every ounce of energy within my being to prove my innocence and to clear my name.
Again, jury selection began today with opening statements likely to start on Thursday. Prosecutors will likely need about 3 days for their case. The defense says it will need between 2 and 3 days, and court will not be in session on Friday, so trial could last into the 3rd week of November. And a witness list has not yet been made public, but based on previous court filings, it's possible that Mosby herself could take the stand at some point during trial. Of course, we'll have full coverage every day of the trial. You can find those latest updates on our website, foxbaltimore.com. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
We are following breaking news out of Baltimore City. Another young person has been shot and killed. The latest victim, just 16 years old. It happened around 10:30 last night in Northeast Baltimore. Police say the boy was shot on Bowley's Lane, then driven about 3 miles away to Orleans Street. That's where police found him. He died at the hospital. The killing marks the 226th of the year. That is 52 fewer than this time last year. Non-fatal shootings are also down. There have been 545 compared to 602 this time last year. Developing right now in the Middle East, Israeli Defense Force fighter jets continue to target Hezbollah and Hamas-controlled targets. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is rejecting calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. He says the U.S. wouldn't have agreed to a ceasefire after the 9/11 attacks or Pearl Harbor. He also reiterated Israel has the right to defend itself. Netanyahu has previously said Israel is prepared for a long war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip.
The war inside the Strip is going to be long, and we are ready for it. We are going to fight on the ground, at sea, and in the air. We will destroy our enemy above and below the ground.
A UN agency based in Gaza said Monday a ceasefire has become a matter of life and death for millions of Palestinians. Global oil prices could rise to record highs if the war continues. The World Bank says oil prices could rise as high as $157 a barrel. The highest recorded price of oil was about $147 per barrel. That was back in 2008. Fox 45 News is partnering with Magenta Vita Dome for Sinclair Cares Humanitarian Relief for Israel. The Red Cross affiliate is providing emergency medical aid for people in Israel. To help, you can scan the QR code on your screen or go to sinclaircares.com. 11:05, and here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, newly obtained charging documents are giving us a better look at what led up to last week's triple shooting outside of Carver Vocational High School. According to the documents, parents may have instigated the fight that led to the shooting. The documents showed the parents of a 15-year-old boy drove him to school, where he then pistol whipped someone. Police say a different 15-year-old then pulled out a gun, and both boys began shooting.
It's unacceptable because we have systems in place at Baltimore City Public Schools to resolve conflicts. In addition to that, you're an adult. Just period. You're an adult who has to make sure that you make wise decisions to protect your child.
According to online court records, the parents are in jail. The two 15-year-olds are facing attempted murder charges. Trending number two, we are learning the FBI conducted 15 raids connected to the Safe Streets program. Details of those searches are unclear, but we do know the Bel Air Edison Safe Streets location has been inactive since the raid. 3 employees at that site have been placed on leave, and a supervisor faces criminal charges after his home was raided. Trending number 3, the Baltimore City Fire Department is investigating a large fire that ripped through the historic Uplands Mansion in West Baltimore. It began around 5:30 yesterday evening. Nearly 100 firefighters responded. The mansion has been unoccupied for several years. Trending number 4, Governor Wes Moore and Baltimore City Mayor Brandon Scott are announcing plans to revitalize Harbor Place. The area has been declining in recent years. Redesign plans include new residential towers, a park, and an amphitheater, along with retail and food outlets. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, it's Halloween. Coming up, we're going to talk about trick-or-treating etiquette and if there is a right and wrong time to trick-or-treat. And facing a lawsuit after a young woman died, Panera is adding a warning to some of its drinks. Coming up, the concerns about caffeine content in the chain's charged lemonades. But first, preventing overdose deaths in school. Coming up, the new push from the White House to train teachers on how to use Narcan.
And as we get ready for trick-or-treating, we're looking at temperatures a little bit closer to average. Certainly won't be the hottest or the coldest. I'll let you know what to expect for trick-or-treating coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:09 and taking a look at your social stream. The Supreme Court is hearing two cases dealing with social media. One question that the judges must consider: can public officials block people on their personal accounts? This could shape how public officials use social media in the future to communicate with constituents and potential voters. Here's what you're saying about it. Mary says, in order to represent the public, you need to hear all the voices, even those who wish to petition you. This should not be a hard call. Another one saying social media is a double-edged sword. It can empower or oppress people. The Supreme Court should protect free speech and privacy rights online. Well, the Biden administration is urging schools to stock overdose reversal drugs like naloxone and Narcan. In a letter, White House officials said every school across the U.S. should stock the drugs, and both faculty and students should be trained to use it. The missive comes amid a nationwide rise in overdose deaths among adolescents. Here's what you're saying: good initiative, but better to abolish drugs completely instead of trying to control. Another person saying drugs aren't going anywhere. You must have missed the memo, but the war on drugs is over. Drugs won. Panera Bread is adding a new warning to its charged lemonade drinks following a lawsuit over a student's death. The lawsuit alleges 21-year-old Sarah Katz died after consuming the charged lemonade beverage last year. The lawsuit said Katz had a heart condition and consumed the drink believing it was regular lemonade. Panera now says it will add a warning label about the caffeine content in its charged lemonade drinks. You're saying this sign with just raw numbers is useless without context. Comparison info like equivalent to 3 Red Bulls would be helpful. That would have an impact. Another person saying the needless death of this 21-year-old college student was bound to happen. There was no clear warning that there was that much caffeine in the drink. I hope her family wins their lawsuit against Panera and that this never happens again. Still ahead, ditching the ads. The new subscription service Facebook is adding. And Southwest is bracing for a major fine over that scheduling mix-up that grounded flights last Christmas. Coming up, how it could impact travel this holiday. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. A chilly start to the morning, and things won't warm up too much more from here. Coming up, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax will share if your kids are going to need jackets over their Halloween costumes. She's got your trick-or-treat forecast coming up. Topping your election 2024 headlines, former gubernatorial candidate Dan Cox is running for Congress in Maryland's 6th district. He is running to replace David Trone, who is going to be running for Senator Ben Cardin's open seat next fall. And Howard County Executive Calvin Ball is considering running for Congress. It comes after Representative John Sarbanes announced last week that after 18 years in Congress, he will not run for re-election. Now, Ball says a final decision should come for him in late November. Making headlines, a court in Colorado will determine if Donald Trump can appear on the state's 2024 presidential ballot. A lawsuit argues Trump cannot serve as president due to his role in the January 6th Capitol riot, which the lawsuit calls an insurrection. The court will decide if the 14th Amendment's insurrection ban applies. Trump's older kids will take the stand this week at his New York civil fraud trial. Donald Trump Jr. is expected to testify tomorrow, Eric Trump on Thursday, and Ivanka Trump on Friday. Trump himself is set to testify Monday of next week. Southwest Airlines says it expects to be fined by the Department of Transportation over last year's travel meltdown at Christmas. You may recall during last year's holiday travel season, a winter storm brought Southwest travel operations to a standstill for days, stranding travelers and their luggage, in many cases, in airports across the country. The airline says it's since made changes to prevent future scheduling errors. Jury selection is underway in the federal trial of Marilyn Mosby, coming up later tonight at 4, the latest out of Greenbelt, as the former city state's attorney fights 4 federal charges. A massive fire burns through the abandoned Uplands mansion in West Baltimore at 5. A look at the damage left behind as we question city leaders about addressing vacant and abandoned buildings. And top White House officials are on Capitol Hill today fighting for aid for both Ukraine and Israel. New at 6, the latest on their request as some lawmakers push back. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:16 and now to today's talking point. Facebook and Instagram are going ad-free, at least in Europe. Meta says the ad-free option will be part of a subscription option. It will cost about $11 a month for web access, $14 a month for mobile access. Those who do not want to pay can keep using them for free, but with the ads. Mark Clark with Bmore Lifestyle is here now. Would you pay to not have ads on Facebook?
No.
Okay. It's a short segment.
Yeah, I'm not paying. Well, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not really paying for. I'm just not a pay guy. I actually halfway signed up for the check they offered on Instagram.
Okay.
And I had to back out of that.
Because you have to pay for that. So and no slight to Facebook, because it is what I still use very much. So, but I thought that wasn't even the thing anymore. But I guess if you're talking about Instagram too, that is more the thing. People are using that more than Facebook.
Well, they still use it. Ironically, you mentioned that, Patrice. I was talking to business today, and they were saying that Facebook for them is the place that they use because of the age range from from that 27, 30-year-old to the mothers that make the decisions and the older people that make decisions. So they were saying Facebook was the one that they're constant. The others, TikTok, Instagram, everything else is a little bit,
I still use it in Facebook. But I'm not going to pay for no ads. I'm just going to see the ads. I'm going to scroll past the ads. I'm going to keep on moving. I mean, I play a couple of games, the Words with Friends. Oh. There's an ad after every one. I don't pay, and every other ad says, pay to not have the ads. I'm not going to pay for that.
Because we're cheap. Okay, we said it. We said it.
Cheap.
We're cheap. Fine.
All right, we'll leave it there. Oh, it is Halloween, and we want to see your photos of your costumes. That is the cutest. Take a look at this one. This was sent in by Marche. Her son may be little, but she says he is a big Ravens fan. He's going to get all the candy. And look what was spotted. Travis and Taylor in Baltimore. Caitlin sent us this photo of her son Carter dressed as Travis Kelce and her daughter Ava as Taylor Swift. They look the part. And our producer shared this photo of her son, Charlie, dressed up as Bluey. He's got his friend there who's dressed up as Darth Vader, and they both look cute as a button. And then just a bit of a throwback photo. This is our producer Matt's daughter, Ellie, and she is looking cute. Matt, she's going to fuss that you put her on TV, though. As cute as she is. Oh, and here's my daughter. This is Naomi. She dressed up as Michael Jackson. We did a trunk or treat together. And there I pulled out my old Michael Jackson jacket from the 80s. Dad is security as always. It was a good time. All right, well, we want to see your Halloween photos. Scan the QR code on your screen. That will take you to Fox Baltimore/chime in, where you can upload your pictures and your videos. It's powered by Stackla. And of course, the big question today, will Mother Nature cooperate with all the trick-or-treaters? That answer is no. For a closer look at the Halloween forecast, we've got meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. It was beautiful on Saturday for our trunk or treat. Tonight, I'm going to have to layer, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. It's good that you had the jackets because you are going to need them tonight. We're talking those chilly temperatures returning. We started the morning in the 40s and some spots the 50s. That's around where we're going to be this evening, so you can expect below average temperatures. But fortunately, we're talking a nice and dry trick-or-treating forecast this evening. 52 currently and mostly cloudy over Baltimore. Around the rest of the state, seeing temperatures in the upper 40s, the low 50s, still a little chilly, especially in western Maryland, where some spots are in the 30s. But compared to this time yesterday, notice those temperatures. It is much, much cooler. We're seeing numbers over 15 degrees lower than they were just 24 hours ago. So the cold air is here. It certainly feels like fall, and you'll notice that this afternoon as temperatures rise to the mid to upper 50s. We'll stay below average, and that is going to factor into the evening, 51 around 6 p.m. And then as the hours continue, we're talking 46 by 8 p.m. So again, you may want the jackets. If they work with your Halloween costume, they certainly will be a benefit. High pressure will work to keep us nice and dry. The showers to our south will stay to our south, and through the evening will stay dry. Notice on the future scan, we're staying nice and sunny through the afternoon. It looks good as we head into the evening, but later in the night, there's the chance for a few stray showers continuing into daybreak tomorrow. By the afternoon, we return to dry weather, but temperatures even lower. We're looking at highs in the upper 40s and the low 50s. Low temperatures will be even cooler, and a freeze watch is in place for much of Maryland. So today, temperatures 57. We'll drop to the 40s and 50s this evening for trick-or-treating. 54 on Wednesday, mid-50s on Thursday. And then we've got the 60s over the weekend. It looks great for the Ravens game. We stay in the 60s after that. Back to you.
Jasmine, thank you. Still ahead, it's a fun night, but we want you to be safe. Coming up, we've got some trick-or-treating safety tips for parents of little kids. And there is a working deal to end the actors' strike coming up. How soon it could be finalized. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. A possible deal is in the works that could end the actor strike. SAG-AFTRA, the union representing more than 150,000 actors and major studios, have made significant progress in negotiating sessions. According to people familiar with the matter, both sides have reached tentative understandings on key components of a potential deal. They say an agreement could be reached as early as this week or next week. Workers at the big three auto companies are getting back to work. General Motors and the United Auto Workers Union reached a tentative contract agreement. The walkout cost the #1 Detroit automaker more than $400 million a week. The UAW reached tentative deals with Stellantis and Ford last week. It is Halloween, and we've got some safety tips for parents of little ones who might be going trick-or-treating tonight. One pediatrician recommends that kids go house to house in the daytime, but if the sun goes down, add a glow stick to their costume to help them stand out in the dark. Also, go through all your kids' candy and make sure it is sealed from the factory. And you'll also want to make sure it is free from allergens if your child has those. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Bmore Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, if you've got kids, you've probably been there. You're out to dinner, your kid starts having a meltdown. It's not fun for anyone. Well, now a restaurant owner is adding a $50 surcharge for customers who got bad kids. We'll talk about it coming up on Bmore Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Bmore Lifestyle.
And happy Halloween. What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Bmore Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady Chi, our princess, is here.
Hello.
Along with Persia Nicole, our other princess. Oh, I'm the princess over there. And then meteorologist Gomez. And Persia is a princess today.
Hello.
Full mane in effect. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, hello.
Okay, a Georgia restaurant is sparking controversy over a $50 surcharge for customers whose kids don't behave. Those defending the move saying the fee is clearly posted online on the menu. He says it's important that kids act appropriately in his restaurant, but lots of parents are reacting online, calling it outrageous. So basically, if you got some bad kids, $50 you got to pay up.
$50.
And so, Persia Nicole,
like
your little baby acting up, would you pay that $50 or would you be mad?
I would definitely be mad. So here's the thing, right? I really hated with a passion kids who were loud on airplanes, out in the public. I could not stand it until I had one of them same kids, and I was like, okay, like, I understand. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's a bit hard for them, but do control your kids. You like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can imagine. Now, what would have happened, Lady T, if your family had to pay $50 because you was acting up in the...
Ooh, wait a minute, you're overwhelming me. You're overwhelming me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed.
Yes.
Oh, God, the fairy princess is overwhelmed. Okay, no, honestly, they should charge $25 for kids, but it's charged $100 if they bad. I feel like you should upcharge if they're really bad. If they running laps around you, you're going to get a track scholarship probably when they get older, but they also need to be charged. A surcharge would be $100 if they bad, $25 if they're good, okay?
Jasmine, would you be outraged? I mean, you don't have, your little doggy is your child.
Yeah.
Would you take the $50 charge if your baby was acting up?
Absolutely not. I mean, the audacity. Their food must be really good if they think they can just charge $50 and people are going to accept it.
Well, the goal is they don't want you to bring your children. That's exactly what they don't want. The goal is no kids allowed is what they're trying to say. It's
true.
It's like a fairy princess wedding.
Well,
you don't
maybe
bring
that's
kids.
the play. No kids allowed.
No kids allowed. That's what it is.
We want you to tell it. Okay, we want you to tell it. Is it fair to charge parents extra if their kids don't behave? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. And at the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, it's Halloween, and that means trick-or-treaters will be out.
Yes.
But when should they be out? There's a new debate about when it's okay to trick-or-treat. A recent survey found most believe 6 to 9 is an expected time frame. Anything before 6 is considered too early, and anything later than 9 is considered too late. I don't agree with that. I have no problem with doing it early, especially for the young kids.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Yeah, I'm cool with the 9 o'clock cutoff, but I have a problem with that.
You feel like 9 o'clock should be the cutoff time?
I like 9 o'clock. I mean,
9 o'clock.
You know what? But we're not. I mean, Persia Nicole, what do you think?
It gives Halloween's during a work week, and like I need to be settled, right? So do not ring my doorbell after 8 o'clock. I don't care.
Okay.
I do 5:30 to 7:30, and then turn off my lights. We're closed for business.
Okay.
Facts. Big facts.
Queen, princess?
First of all, once my lights are cut off, when you see no lights in the driveway in the house, it's time for you to go home. It's time for you to not stop at my door, but also you to go home, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what time you feel like stopping. I'm stopping when it's time to go to bed, which is like 8:30-ish, okay?
I'm sorry, Jasmine, do you want to join the meanies?
Oh, wait a minute.
No, I don't. I think 9 o'clock is perfectly acceptable. That's when you have the older kids, and there are so many other things they could be doing.
Oh, why are they out, though?
Trick or treat.
No, see, I like the moms who call them out. I like the moms who are like, you too old to be trick-or-treating anyway.
That's true.
I like the moms who call them out.
Some kids are just big for their, I was one of those kids big for their age. I'm 6.
I just know.
Speaking of Halloween, kids dressed up, that's a given, but should adults, and what about pets? Should there be an age limit for dressing up, or is it all just a good fun
and fair game? This is the convo right here.
No matter your age.
Ooh.
I don't mind people dressing up. I'm just saying, don't ask me for candy when you're a big person. You look cute. That looks nice. No, you can't. You can't have
no candy. We not giving out candy.
You're not getting no milk duds from me, buddy.
He's giving out coupons. He's giving out coupons. He's not giving out real candy.
Let's start with the angel. What do you think?
I don't think you're never too young or too old. Trav Jim Jimmy taught me this. Never too old to be dressing up for Halloween, especially if you're something good like me, you know, a fairy princess. So you're never too old, I feel like. Okay. And there's no cutoff. Just don't come to my door asking for candy. I agree. Okay, don't come to my door. If you grown asking for candy, I think you want something else, and I don't like that. Okay,
I'm gonna say your outfit is giving fairies.
Did I do it right?
You did, but
did I do it?
Something about you seem like I don't know now.
What do you mean? I'm just a fairy princess.
Where my
I just love to fly.
Persia Nicole, is there a cutoff, and do you mind the dogs dressing up?
You can never be too old to dress up. Clearly, I'm not dressed up, but I have an army fatigue pants, so it's giving like G.I. Jane kind of, whatever.
Hey.
Anyway, don't come to my door if you're older than 12 years old. Once you get into your teens, have candy at home. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
And dogs.
right. She said just dress up for you and your man at that point.
Yeah.
I thought President Nicole was doing the motorcycle chick vibe.
Yeah, I thought she was too. It was
jazz.
It was Bad Barbie.
I mean, you are never told to dress up, but I mean, once you're out of high school, that's when you need to stop trick-or-treating.
Oh.
If you're still in high school, totally fine, but...
Hardcore.
She said out of high school. She said,
and the
please
pets,
stop.
Absolutely. My dog will be
we like
But
the
your
pets.
pets. Okay, of course the pets, but not us. That's
Don't
okay.
forget now. Okay,
Don't
so
forget
President
us.
Nicole, back to your top-rated radio show on 92Q. Keep doing what you're doing. Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Of course, we'll see the gorgeous
You sure will.
Lady T later on, and
Yes.
the gorgeous Jasmine's coming. Still ahead. Grab your reading glasses. Both Jada Pinkett Smith and Britney Spears are out with new memoirs. Coming up, Lady T breaks down the latest celebrity gossip. But first, you don't have to live in Hollywood to get the same skincare treatments as the rich and famous. Yeah, it's coming up. The new treatment the stars love that you can have right in the comforts of your home.
Or just become a fairy.
A great show coming up, and the fairy continues.
You're watching Bmore Lifestyle.
Skincare while you sleep. Genevieve Gorder is here to share her skincare secret. See how easy it is to use and get on today's money-saving deal. Here's America's Steals and Deals. Check it out.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
You guys, we have one of the hottest trends from one of your favorite beauty brands and anti-aging brands, Wrinkle Schminkles. Now, every time they come onto the show, and they've been coming on since the very beginning, we sell out. So pay attention because this is a new product. These are their self-dissolving microneedle patches, and here's how they work. You simply peel off the patch, apply with a bit of pressure, and you'll start to see the incredible results. I like to wear these overnight, and they literally melt into your skin. The microneedles are actually crystals on the patch infused with ingredients to plump and hydrate your skin, just like microneedling. A favorite celebrity skin treatment that you can now do at home. Collagen and peptides melt away and infuse deep down into the skin, helping smooth those fine lines and wrinkles, whether it's around your mouth, by your eyes, between your eyes. We all have our areas. Now, most skin treatments sit on top of your skin. The patches work below the surface, and the results come from inside out, into the dermal layers of your skin. We always sell out on Wrinkle Schminkles, so do not wait on this. They come in a pack of 4. Get a few boxes, try them out. Trust me, the results are fantastic. The deal on Wrinkle Schminkles microneedle patches is 25% off. These are a must-have in any beauty routine. Simply go to asadeals.com.
This Bmore Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Maggie Jackson with promotional consideration from Atkins and Milkademia.
Fall is officially here. I'm Maggie Jackson, and I have 2 products that are going to make your autumn season extra sweet. First, the Atkins Indulge Chocolate Break Bar is a classic crispy wafer candy bar that treats your sweet tooth without a ton of sugar or net carbs. Each mouth-watering Indulge chocolate break bar combines crisp wafers with a sweet and chocolatey decadence, making them a great option for after dinner or for a midday treat. I personally like to have them during that 2 p.m. slump for a little pick-me-up. This indulgent bar contains 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of net carbs to effortlessly fit into your fall wellness goals without compromising on taste. They cost around $7.89 and are available at Amazon, Atkins.com, Walmart, Target, or your local retailers. Next, Milkademia macadamia milks are a must-have for fall. Everything from your morning coffee or granola to smoothies, sweet and savory recipes, and more. Thoughtfully farmed in Australia, it's a favorite plant-based milk thanks to its creamy texture and deliciously smooth taste. It's the most delicious choice for all your fall favorites. Add it to your pumpkin spice latte, mix it into your sweet potato casserole recipe, or sip it alongside a warm apple cinnamon muffin. It is deliciously different and better for you and the earth. It's made with raw, not roasted, regeneratively farmed macadamias, and it's also vegan, plant-based, dairy-free, gluten-free, kosher, and non-GMO certified. You can find different varieties like unsweetened, unsweetened vanilla, creamy, barista, and unsweetened barista, and milk tea at either Sprouts or Whole Foods Market. Prices range from $5.49 to $6.49. Be sure to stock up on both of these products for a deliciously happy fall.
Still ahead, wedding bells are ringing. Coming up, the new couple about to say, I do. But first, remembering a friend. Matthew Perry's castmates are breaking their silence about his sudden death. How they're remembering their fellow friend ahead. And it's time to spill the tea this Tuesday. Lady T joins us. The princess, the fairy princess is with us.
Hey, what's up, fellow tea sippers? Okay, we're going to start off with some heartbreaking tea, you guys. So the exact cause of Matthew Perry's death is going to need a little bit more investigation, you guys. The Friends star was found dead last Saturday. TMZ reported it was a drowning incident at a Los Angeles residence. Now, the autopsy is complete, but the toxicology report is going to probably take a couple of weeks. Now, he was found in a jacuzzi. No drugs or foul play suspected. His former co-stars reacting on social media. Oh, and they also sent a statement to People magazine. Still devastated by the loss. There's so much to say, but right now we're going to take a moment to grieve and process. That's what Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer, they all wrote that in a statement to People magazine on Monday. He was only 54 years old. A friend gone too soon. Because I grew up on Friends, Mark, this really hit me. I guess we're coming to the age where, you know, we start to see a lot of our favorite celebs, you know, dying, but he was so young, Mark.
Yes, he had a challenging life. He went through many challenges.
He did. I remember. I know he had some issues. He just talked about it in an interview, too, so it's kind of surprising. Anyway.
But definitely part of our life.
I know. Rest in peace. Oh. Okay, up next, you guys, more tea. Jada Pinkett Smith and Britney Spears have the internet in a chokehold right now with these memoirs and piping hot tea. So I saw Jada and the fam made a trip to the DMV area. Hey, Jada girl. She's been promoting her new book, Worthy. Well, she's also still clearing some things up, and not just about Tupac, her soulmate. Jada said that she and Will Smith were separated up until the Oscar slap. She corrected that. And she said the slap made her stick by her man. Her man, y'all. Her man, Will. Also, Britney Spears spilling tea in her new memoir, The Woman in Me, awkwardly read by Michelle Williams.
Wow.
So Britney detailed her relationship with Justin Timberlake, from him cheating on her to her having to have an abortion because he said he didn't want to be a father. Like, okay, so these memoirs, they kind of gathered me all the way together. Mark, when is too much info? When is it too much info?
Well,
like, when is too much?
It's your memoir. It's okay. It's okay. That's what it is. You're telling your life story. So.
That's true. That's
and
true.
I think when you happen to be famous and the other person happens to be famous,
and you need a book sale, so you really got to start. You got to spill as much tea as possible.
But
for
you know
sales.
the funny part about when these people are rich, they really don't need the book.
They
sale.
really don't. They spilling tea like they do. My goodness.
But it's a memoir.
It's a tell-all, is what it is. Okay. Yeah. All right. Up next, you guys, because it's tea keeps pouring. So new tea that's brewing. Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz are reportedly engaged. Multiple sources told TMZ and People magazine that the two are headed to the altar. Last weekend, the couple was spotted leaving a Halloween party dressed as characters from some horror movie called Rosemary's Baby. Look, I ain't never seen it. I'm a scaredy cat. She had some bling on, and photographer snapped a wedding ring or something on her hand. We're still awaiting confirmation from the actual couple, but they were first linked in 2021. She praised him in an interview with GQ magazine, saying that he is a wonderful human. Of course, just in love with her man, okay? Anyway, I wonder what her parents think of him. Because, I mean, you scored Magic Mike, girl. I mean, that's a catch, baby. I mean, what do you think Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet think, Mark?
That's a great-looking couple. That's a good-looking couple. That, you know, them babies gonna be cute now. Come on.
Them babies is gonna be real cute.
But you know what? Those babies are gonna be stressed because you gotta imagine if you're not cute and your parents are those two.
No. I think they're gonna be cute because she's cute and she's a product of Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz. The cuteness continues, okay? It don't stop. But thank you guys. That's it for the tea for today. Now y'all know what to do at home. Y'all gotta go sip on all that tea.
We need a little sound effect. Now it's time for your trick-or-treat forecast. Here's Jasmine Lomax.
Thanks, Mark. We are getting ready for cool temperatures. We had such great and warm weather this week, and unfortunately, the cool air is here, and it could have an impact on your trick-or-treating plans. Current temperature is 52 with mostly cloudy skies over Baltimore. We've got the 40s and the 50s around most of the state, even cooler in western Maryland, where we still see some spots in the 30s. This is much cooler than it was just 24 hours ago. Some areas over 15 degrees lower, so you will notice the cool down as you step outside. And unfortunately, into the afternoon, still dealing with those low temperatures as highs stay below average. We'll reach the low to mid 50s this afternoon. Then into the evening, the cool trend continues, 51 around 6 p.m. Temperatures will gradually fall, 48 around 7, and then 46 around 8 p.m. So if the jackets work with the Halloween costumes, they will come in handy for trick-or-treaters. High pressure will keep us nice and dry. The showers to our south will remain south throughout the evening, but overnight, the chance for a few stray showers. Notice this afternoon we're looking at plenty of sunshine, and even into the evening it looks great. It's later in the night when clouds move in. A few stray showers are possible leading into daybreak tomorrow, but by the afternoon we'll be back to dry weather with highs only in the upper 40s and low 50s. Overnight low temperatures will be lower. We are looking at freezing conditions possible, so get ready for a very, very cold morning. 57 as we head into the afternoon, then 54 tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-50s on Thursday. After that, we return to the 60s as we head into the weekend and next week. Back to you.
Can you believe tomorrow it will be November? As the winter cold moves in, it's important to service your HVAC system.
Your Place Inside and Out is sponsored by HP Home Service Team.
This week, we want to make sure you and your home are ready for the winter months. One of the most important things you can do to have your home ready for the colder temperatures is make sure your HVAC system is serviced and prepared, which can help avoid breakdowns and costly repairs. To start, you want to change out your filters. Dirty filters can cause inefficiencies and your system to break down. Next, it's a good idea to run the heat a couple of times before the cold temperatures hit and be aware of any potential issues. You also want to visually inspect your furnace and make sure that there are no items surrounding the area. And finally, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always call on pros in town.
Trust the HP Home Service Team for all your plumbing and HVAC needs. From protecting your home systems with a maintenance agreement to the peace of mind knowing we're available 24/7, 365, the HP Home Service Team is just a phone call away. Home serviced better since 1914.
This Bmore Lifestyle segment is sponsored by ALG Vacations.
Are you more of a spa person? Do you gravitate toward fine dining and local cuisine? Or is the hotel the most important part of your travel experience? No matter how much money you make, there are things everyone looks in for a luxury vacation. And travel expert Stephanie Oswald joins us now to share stress-free tips for planning a luxury vacation. Stephanie, you look like you're in some exotic locale right now as we speak, right?
I am, Mark. It is wonderful to be here on Isla Mujeres. I'm at the new Impression Resort by Secrets. It's over-the-top luxury. Everywhere you look, it's gorgeous. You can see the weather behind me is amazing. Every shade of blue. We have private butlers. It's just ultimate in romance.
So why are more Americans opting for more tailored upscale travel experiences?
Mark, we are seeing a surge in luxury travel because people have realized life is short, take the trip. And a recent survey by Apple Vacations found that people know now that it's not about the price tag. It's not about how much you spend on that luxury vacation. It's about those experiences that you have when you get there.
So how can we plan a luxury vacation without breaking the bank, girl? Because it's expensive sometimes.
It is expensive, but Mark, that's where a travel advisor comes in. That same survey found that more than 80% of the people surveyed said they'd be more likely to work with a travel advisor on a luxury vacation than any other type of vacation. Travel advisor can work with you on your budget, your itinerary, and your interests.
I love it. So again, you recommend a travel advisor to help get you through that process. And then also, I have to ask you, which generation is the most bougie? The most bougie generation.
Well, Mark, that's kind of a trick question. Which generation is the most bougie? Because at the end of the day, I bet anybody you ask, they're going to say, well, my generation is, of course, because it comes down to what does bougie mean to you? Maybe you like fine wine. Maybe you want to go cycling across the French countryside. Maybe you want to come here to Isla Mujeres and learn some Mexican art. Maybe ecotourism is important to you. But working with a travel advisor, you can go a step further. They might find you that butler who's going to help you unpack your suitcase when you get there and help you plan all your itinerary once you're on location. They'll know whether you want the workshop or whether you want to go scuba diving. It's all about those details, that personal attention.
Look, I'm jealous. I see you're doing all the good stuff, you're talking about. I want that job. So how can our viewers get more information?
Well, your viewers could get more information by going to traveladvisorsgetyouThere.com. And they can find a travel advisor, and maybe you need to get on there and plan your next trip.
Hey, thanks for joining us. This is great information, okay?
Thanks for having me. Safe travels, Mark.
Take care. A Georgia restaurant is sparking controversy over a $50 surcharge for customers whose kids don't behave. The owners defending the movement says the fee is clearly posted online and on the menu. He says it's important the kids act appropriate for his restaurant. And while he doesn't often impose the fee, he will if he needs to.